Sort of, I guess. She would be considered, I guess, my real auntie. Kamala, my real auntie Kamala Harris. Yes, she would be considered that. But I'm related to Joe. I'm related to Donald. I'm related to a lot of them. They said, Tom, with those tattoos, you'll never become the president. Because they think I'm here to become the president, and that's not the case. I'm simply only, and especially this one, he's simply only here to make some royalties. Those royalties are appetizing. Those royalties are about as appetizing as my lunch was. Even more when you see the mansions and things. You don't have to be the president to be a citizen with even millions of dollars or a home or anything like that. You don't have to be the president. We already have Kamala as the vice president. Why would I need to be the president? She's got my common interest generally in mind, other than her small little this and that. But generally, she's got the common interest. And that's why they put him in the position that it's about, how much do they have that common interest? 95% of the time, she's got the same common interest as me. So is Joe, so is Donald, so is Obama, Clinton, rest of them. But one of their common interests is they don't believe in the tattoos. And I was a man without the tattoos. And there were so many people without them that I just fit into the category of maybe being one more guy with the tattoos. But there's nothing I can go back on. But God, he likes his president to go with the the part of the Bible, Leviticus. He that's what he wants. So that does not hurt me. All I ever wanted in this world was success. That was my word, success. My word wasn't president. Obama's word was president. My word was merely success and being successful. That just means that I like being on the up and up. I don't have to be your president. That's something you would have to vote. That's something you would have to honor me with. Generally, I'm more than happy just being a guy on here. Well, not on here, but just in the world that's going to be getting his royalties. That work towards to be a man with the American dream, the Canadian dream. A muscle car, a home, a fridge full of food and drinks and beverages, just like all the other men here are in Canada and the United States. The ones that have families and all that. They don't understand. That won't be today. That won't be tomorrow for me. That's going to be in the future, just like you got to have here in Canada. Unfortunately, it's not like what you think. If you have children, you have to actually work towards getting them in a position so that they can claim your property. Don't think if mommy and daddy die today, little so-and-so is going to be able to do that. They won't be able to. That's not how the system works. First of all, they have to write it down in paperwork. Then you got to give the keys and all that. You got to give a spare keys and all that to the child. Plus, you got to let the banks know, too, about that and all that. About how so-and-so's to receive this as inheritance. Then, whenever your parents die, you walk up into their bank and you say, here's their death certificate. My mom passed away. My name is on her account to receive inheritance. And that's how you do it. And that's that easy. Does Tom have that? I have power of attorney with my mom, but we still need to go do those things. See, I'm old and it's still not even done like that. But I'm doing well even by myself, that if my mom were to pass away, I would be able to survive in this world. I survived even being homeless. It's better than being dead. But being comfortable is much better than being homeless. And you don't need to be the president to be comfortable. The president is actually a very extraneous job. They have to live in this museum of a White House. They have to... Why do you think Donald's down at Mar-a-Lago? What's he care? The gold curtains are still up for a reason. They're bringing Donald back in maybe in 4 years or something like that. He's going to do another 4. You got the gold curtains haven't went down. If Joe doesn't... Because remember when Donald was all mad the last time? Joe's been one to keep his patience. But then you're going to see Joe and Kamala quite mad or something where they might want to tear down those gold curtains. But they'll be escorted out just like the prior, if that were the case. Who wants to be the president anyway? Well, I'd be the president if everything was put forth that way, but who wants to see a president with goddamn a devil on their hand or a demon? That's what we want to refrain from. Funny, because that's who sort of the president is this demon. So it would go well, and what do you know? I got gold too, real gold. Now I asked earlier, I said, do those gold curtains, do they have actual real 14-karat gold threading in there? Because if they don't, that's embarrassing, I said. Because man, oh man, oh man. What an embarrassment. What a total embarrassment my Uncle Donald had to deal with. It's just embarrassing. All the way through and through. They like to harass me. I mean, Joe should be focused on more things, but he's such a big fan of me. I'm the one coming up with all the new ideas, but he's not. Joe is the Build Back Better. If it wasn't for Joe, I wouldn't have been able to get back into my position. So Joe is... See, that's the thing. I'm not the president. That's Joe Biden. And that's Kamala Harris. And they said that before when they robbed Jeremy for some money or whatever. They said, StacksAMilli doesn't need that $50,000. Back in 2013, I could give you the exact date. I got it time-stamped. What was it called? It must have been... When was it? Must have been either September... Yeah, it must have been a September 2013. When I refused the $50,000 from Jeremy. Next thing you know, Kamala Harris from California hopped on and said, hey, I'll take your money. I need it up here in North Cali. We're dealing with Russell up here. We're starving. We need it. Because she was like, he ain't ruining my thing. I'm the next U.S. president. Because Obama was at the end of it. And then, what do you know? There's Kamala. I heard her name back in 2013. She was begging for money on Skype with Jeremy Leutner. He'd be able to testify. Yeah, we remember Kamala Harris. She begged for money back in 2013. Funny, she's fairly begging for money now over at that. We haven't seen her with the cup in her hand yet, going across the bars and whatnot, but maybe we will this winter. I heard she's getting a pretty good sleep. She's like a bear, eh? And she's getting her hibernation, and so is Donald. Donald's been hibernating. But guess what? I don't have to hibernate because I'm young. I'm like the young Donald back when he used to walk around New York City. They said, how the hell did this guy walk around Toronto? He walked around Detroit. He walked around Windsor. He walked around there. He walked around London, Ontario. So did Donald. Donald walked around New York City. Donald walked around Chicago. Donald walked around a lot of places at the exact same age I was. So there's no comparison. I'm like the young Donald Trump, and then there's the actual Donald Trump he's in his 70s, and the average life expectancy is 76. We got the new Toronto, we got the old Toronto, we got the new Chicago, we got the old Chicago. We got so much to do, and so little to see.